In the second chapter of Daniel, King Nebuchadnezzar was awakened by a shocking dream. He consulted his astrologers, magicians, and sorcerers, but they could not help him. However, the king was referred to the only person who could possibly help him, the prophet Daniel. After seeking the wisdom of Almighty God, Daniel stood before Nebuchadnezzar and provided him with the nature of the dream and its interpretation. According to chapter 2 and verse 31, Nebuchadnezzar saw an enormous statue that was frightening in appearance. Its head was made of pure gold. Its chest and arms were made of silver. Its belly and thighs were made of bronze. Its legs were made of iron, and its feet and toes were made of iron and clay. And suddenly there was a huge stone that destroyed the statue. And the stone grew until it became a large mountain and filled the whole earth. As we continue to read chapter 2, we find out that this statue represents different kingdoms that will exist from Nebuchadnezzar's time, and continuing through to the end of the age. Let's find out what these kingdoms are. The head of gold signifies Nebuchadnezzar's kingdom, Babylon, the current world power at that time. The chest and arms of silver represent a compound kingdom that would one day conquer Babylon, namely Medo-Persia. It's a historical fact that Babylon was conquered by Medo-Persia in the year 539 BC. The belly and thighs of bronze represent the kingdom of Greece, led by Alexander the Great. History teaches us that Alexander the Great conquered the Medes and Persians in the year 331 BC. Then we move to the legs of iron. The legs of iron represent the longest-lasting kingdom of all the kingdoms in this prophecy. Of course, I'm talking about the Roman Empire. The fact that the Roman Empire is represented by iron makes perfect sense, because iron was widely used in Roman society at that time, especially for military applications. It replaced bronze as the metal of choice because it was stronger and more plentiful. The fact that this empire is symbolized by a pair of legs represents a point in history when the Roman Empire was split into two halves, the eastern half and the western half, which actually took place in the year 395 AD. Do you see how this is all making sense? It's amazing how the biblical text is in harmony with recorded history. Finally, we move to the feet and toes of iron mixed with clay. What's the significance of this mixture? Let's look at the text. In Daniel chapter 2 and verse 41 it says, "Just as you saw that the feet and toes were partly of baked clay and partly of iron, so this will be a divided kingdom. Yet it will have some of the strength of iron in it, even as you saw iron mixed with clay." In other words, this is obviously signifying a later version of the Roman Empire. According to history, the empire started to collapse in the year 410 AD, when Rome was sacked by the Visigoths. After that, in the year 476 AD, Romulus Augustulus, the last emperor of the western half, was overthrown. Finally, in the year 1453 AD, Constantinople, the capital of the eastern half, was overthrown by the Ottoman Turks, thus bringing the ancient Roman Empire to an end. Or so it seems, because out of its fall, according to history, 10 European nations arose. These include Alemanni, which is now Germany; Franks, now known as France; Burgundians, which is now Switzerland; Suevi, now known as Portugal; Visigoths, which is now Spain; Anglo-Saxons, which is now England; Lombards, now known as Italy. And then we have three additional kingdoms: the Ostrogoths, Vandals, and Heruli. All three of these kingdoms no longer exist according to recorded history. Although these 10 nations were formerly part of the old Roman Empire, they were not unified and not nearly as strong in this later incarnation. Now, what about the stone that destroyed the statue? Let's look at Daniel chapter 2, verses 44 and 45. "In the time of those kings, the God of heaven will set up a kingdom that will never be destroyed, nor will it be left to another people. It will crush all those kingdoms and bring them to an end, but it will itself endure forever." This is the meaning of the vision of the rock cut out of a mountain, but not by human hands. A rock that broke the iron, the bronze, the clay, the silver, and the gold to pieces. After hearing all these things, Nebuchadnezzar fell prostrate before Daniel and started praising God. Daniel was soon elevated to a high position and was ruler over the province of Babylon. In closing, God knows the future. He is in control, and He knows the end from the beginning. Thank you for watching this presentation. If you enjoyed this content, please subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell for future videos. Take care, and God bless.